Okay, we're trying this again. Okay, I am not going to go over the daily chart again. Start reducing all these time frames. Market's in a really interesting place right now. We had a nice little break here. Maybe a little buy climax at the very end. Finding a second leg for this is going to be kind of hard. And a profit target as well. Maybe if you got a position somewhere up here, you can definitely look to get in at the 20 EMA. This is out also. Looks like it did hit a profit target. I guess the low of 2 days ago, 2 trading days ago, could also be a profit target. To me, if you take this, you just got to be willing to scale in. You got to be willing to scale in way up here. You don't know how deep this pullback could be if you're a bear. And it's still a little bit choppy too. I mean, there's a clear breakout here. But apart from that, there's kind of a minor breakout. You just got to be willing to scale in if you do anything here. It's an arrow, not a line, but that's fine. Just got to get used to this keyboard. Or I'll just go up here and do it like this. I'll do it the hard way. Just kind of want to mark the bottom. Kind of missed an opportunity there, but I would like to see more of a double bottom. Whenever you're in a range, you're taking a trade in a range, it can be a little bit scary because you know you're in a range. And even if the context, like this context here, it's bullish, it's still bullish context, and you're in a range and you see this big bear trend here, you know, about a 50% pullback, and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to buy this. And I really don't blame you either. I mean, I wouldn't want to buy it, maybe at least not without some more confirmation. It can be scary to buy because you see this big bear trend in here, and you're like, I don't want to buy that. We're going to break. We're going to go down lower. But then you get a nice reversal up in here, and kind of the same thing here. Big bear breakout, not a big bear breakout, but a bear breakout, and then finding support in the same area. So a lot of times taking this, especially without a lot of context, you just have a 50% pullback, which is somewhat of an invisible line, really. Psychologically, it's I feel like it can be kind of tough taking 50% pullbacks, especially if you're a beginner, because it really is. It's just an invisible line, an invisible support line that's just sitting here. But it can be really helpful whenever you have, if you have a big bear breakout like this, you have a small push up and a double bottom, gives you a little bit more confirmation. It is also a second entry. Guys, if anyone's interested, I do have a free Discord I listed below. I also give signals in my signals Discord, stocks, futures, ETFs, options. And if you're interested, I'm developing a new algorithmic program. So if you want to get in on that, it's best that you contact me, ask me how you can do that. You probably just heard my phone go off there. That was actually a text. I get texts every time the algorithm takes a position or closes the position. So that was just a text from my bot, actually. It's taking some positions in some stocks while we're sitting here and waiting on a good move in futures. This might be a little bit interesting on the 5 here. You could take this. You could take this. Once again, though, we're extremely close to, this is NQ, we're extremely close to, well, I guess if it's NQ, we shouldn't be. Alright. Okay, let me mark some levels. I do think this is a significant level. I think that, because it is a 50% pullback, so we probably are at that level. So I think that's why I might choose this level over this level. Oh, this is the beginning of a big bull breakout. So we had a big dip below. So I imagine that there are any bull that bought this and hung on to it, if they haven't taken, if they haven't gotten out of their positions yet, I imagine there's some stop losses under here. Technically speaking, though, a lot of them should be somewhere more like here. But let's go ahead and mark this about as straight as we can. Kind of help keep situational awareness in mind here. Situational awareness is very important, especially if you're close to a profit target. Yeah, I've been developing algorithms mostly for Quant Connect and NinjaTrader, and primarily Quant Connect right now. But I am working on some that can pass prop firms. Be super helpful to a lot of people. The one I have going right now, the one you just heard, was for stock, so it's 10 different stock tickers. Alright, sitting here waiting on a move, you could even look at this and say, well, it's a signal bar short. It's not a lot of movement though, not necessarily a high probability play, but if we have this and maybe the bears get back down to here, what does that create for us? It creates a double bottom. It is maybe not the best double bottom because it'd be like push up, so it's kind of like 1-2 for the bulls. So you have 2 legs up and you're like, well, those are 2 pretty weak legs. How far could it really go? That's also where your risk to reward ratio needs to come in handy. Gold breaking above after several rejections. This might not be a bad entry here. Let's really briefly, it is kind of difficult sometimes keeping track of all the charts. Yeah, I mean, we are in the upper part of the range here. This might not be the worst short entry for gold. you have a choice here. We're already maybe a little bit late into it. Not bad on the risk either. But let's look real quick. We have low, new low, 1, 2 legs down, another push down, failure. This is our first push above the 20 EMA in quite a while though, which is normally shot down. I think I'm going to wait for more confirmation here, but I might consider taking a micro double top on gold. You can also say though that it already is a double top either with this level, or even this level. So it's definitely kind of a sell area, but if this is a range, and this is going to be the top of the range, so I could get a little bit better position if I was willing to wait and see if we got up a little bit higher. So I'm going to wait just a little bit. We can wait another bar, right? 3 minutes left in this bar. Kind of pushing along in a choppy channel. And here we go. Looks like anyone who took this short might be getting trapped out. Close to a profit target, man, I'm telling you. With that being said, though, that doesn't mean that bulls are necessarily going to come in and start taking control of the market. What normally happens is there's this in-between phase. That in-between phase is a range. And you just have to work with them. You have to understand them. I think that one of the biggest mistakes people make is they're like, it's always going up or it's always going down. The reality is that most of the time it goes sideways. Seeing something similar on the ES. Now you could say that this is a double top, you know, it's a place where we can find sellers, maybe we're going to push up above and that's going to be climactic. But it's extremely volatile right now. I'll keep these levels in mind. Notice these are also yesterday's low. Or I'm sorry, Friday's low. So, could potentially find some sellers in here. Have to be aware though that this is a profit target on the daily chart. Have to be aware of that. These are not normally big days. These are normally days that have relatively tight ranges. It doesn't mean that they can't. If you're close to a profit target on the daily chart, it doesn't mean that it can't be a big day, because things do blow through profit targets. But it's really only about a 20 or 30% chance that something like that is going to happen. Here it could be a nice short. Look at all these bear bars. This is NQ. This is a lot of risk. telling you, man, this keyboard. Oh, I think that was it, though. Measure out some risk here. 60 points of risk. You can risk 60 points. Not for me, not here. This would be a little bit better if you can get a good position. This is also very typical of days like today. It's 12 and 3/4. That's also a fair bit of risk. This is really typical for days like today. You're really, really choppy, and then whenever something becomes relatively clear, sometimes you think it's a lot clearer than what it actually is. Let's keep that in mind, but you know, everything is really choppy, and then you'll have one little breakout. It'll go 15 or 20 points. That'll happen once or twice throughout the day, sometimes not at all. And you just got to really be paying attention to be there to find it. And if you're like me and you're live streaming and trying to talk to people on the internet, and you're watching your algorithm a little bit and you're in here, that actually isn't a bad little double top there. Some decent context. What is our profit target here? Oh, good trend. Kind of overextended on the 1 hour. I don't want to spend a long time on this. This is what I'm talking about, though. And there's a lot going on.
Order submitted.
Sometimes it's difficult to be involved with this, really. Alright.
Order filled.
Oops, I actually didn't really mean to bring it down quite that far. That's alright, we're in this trade. I'm going to at least go for the low. I would prefer to go down further here, though. We're going to try that. So first push above. There's obviously sellers in this level. We are a little bit overextended, which means that this could be more of a range. We get stopped out, goes up a little bit higher, and that's fine. I'm willing to risk that. This is gold, so it's not like you're risking like 60 points like our other option on the NQ. So also accidentally had kind of a bad fill. I meant to get a few ticks up in there, but that's okay. So we got to stop above the previous high. I'm going to give it one more tick or so. And then we're hoping for a break of the low. We'll see if we get it or not. We may only get to the very bottom here, in which case I will probably trail the bar at some point. So hoping for a double top. Probably could have waited on the signal bar too, but it is what it is. We know there's some sellers in this area. We'll see what happens. Our NQ looks like it might be doing okay. Still got a long ways to go. Keep in mind, NQ and ES are near their profit targets. Still could also be interested in this if we got back down to here with a good signal bar and some low risk. Maybe a little better fill. We did still get a bear bar, even though it was kind of weak. It is at least a bear bar. See if we can't find support around here again. Looks like NQ would have been high risk, high reward. If you took that NQ trade, you're probably feeling okay right now. Still got a ways to go, but you're probably doing alright. Probably doing okay. This is also, I guess I didn't realize it before, but it was also at a previous low. And yesterday's low. So some similarities in the market. Sometimes it's helpful too. If you're considering a trade on one, if the ES looks bearish and the NQ looks bearish, sometimes it helps you just feel a little bit more confident about your position. Ranging here. Alright. Starting to get close to this level again. I really hate the YouTube live settings. I can't even tell that I'm live, other than YouTube tells me that I am. But I can't even find myself on my own YouTube channel, so I don't really know what's happening. Oh, is she gonna stop us out? This might stop us out up here. Choppy market. Very choppy. Oh, it's going to pull back some more. It's alright, it is what it is. I kind of like to watch this one, because if we can get back up to this level, that might not be a bad short. Might not be bad at all. I'm looking at my my algorithm right now. I'm not going to show it just yet. I'm just going to tease people about it. But interesting to see some of the things that it buys. This is all based off of some mathematical equations that I've worked with. Helps to determine probability factors. Okay. Let's go now. Still within this tight range. Need a good bear signal bar. Just starting this bar out. see NQ. Oh, NQ is so choppy. So choppy. This is why we can't take high risk trades here. Can you imagine if we're risking 60 points in here? Imagine someone who traded that full size and is risking 60 points. There's a lot of risk and it's a choppy market. I mean, you just don't take the trade. That's really all there is to it. You can go to M and Q, I guess. I don't have M and Q open, but you can go to M and Q. Trade a micro. Whatever you can afford to lose and not freak out about. You can afford to lose a lot of money and not freak out, and you're doing good. Hope everyone's been doing good in this winter weather. I hear there's some more coming. Personally enjoy the cold, so it doesn't really bother me. Waiting on this trade to develop some. I would like it if we had a really big break of the low of the day. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. Choppy market. So choppy. Chop, chop, chop. Here's another little secret to prevailing in a choppy market. Got to trade small and be willing to scale in. Really got to. Trade small, be willing to scale in, whatever that takes. It also amazed me how delayed my live stream is. It's like, I swear it's like 60-second delay or more. Probably more. Alright, now we need a strong close of this bar. 25 seconds left. Strong close, bears. Let's go. Sell into the close. 15 seconds. Come on. Give me a strong close. Five seconds. Not bad. Could be better, but not bad. It's a big enough bar you expect it to have at least a little bit of follow through. The only downside to this bar, of course, is it's essentially in the middle of a range. But we're up at a sell level. The only thing we really could have done better in this trade is had a better position. I got some heavy fingers on me, and when my mouse starts floating, sometimes the weight of my fingers just end it. They just click. And so sometimes when I play shooting games, then my finger will be so heavy and it'll just like be on the mouse, and sometimes I'll like full auto the room or something in the game, and then yeah, the button just sticks. I got a heavy finger on me. I'd really like to get somewhere around this neckline or a little bit higher. I get that it's only a few ticks, but you know, sometimes a few ticks can be helpful. It's both not a big deal, but also helpful. Now, if I had gotten filled like up here, and I used the same stop, my probabilities would be the same. I do think that even though it's more risk, someone who sold the close of this big bear bar here has the same probabilities as I do. Same probability of winning. They just have more risk. If this is another big bear bar, I'd say your probabilities probably go up, but you have even more risk. The higher the probability you have, the more risk you have. It's really what it comes down to. A little over 2 minutes left in this bar. Hope it closes fairly strong at least. Let's look at what else we got here. Oh, Crude Light. Bullish, 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 bullish. You could have hung on to that if you bought something in here. Honestly, buying that bull inside bar would probably be the best buy, really. If you could hang on to that, you're probably feeling pretty good. I imagine you can at least get to the high, or I guess at least get somewhere in here, somewhere between this high and this high. Maybe that high. Let's say that's an overextension, and it's actually somewhere in here. So you can say that you're at least going to get into this area here. If not, the high. Take your profits here, it's reasonable, or leave one running. NQ, 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 NQ. If you held on to that, you are feeling pretty good right now, that's for sure. ES, same thing. Gold, we're doing okay in gold. I really do need a strong trend bar though, that's what I really need. Alright, I think I actually just gotta wait for YouTube to catch up. Alright, so there's still a risk here that we're in the middle of a range, that we're going to range out, and we're going to even push back up some. Anything could happen here. So you have to make a choice. You can make a scalp here, take your profits, be done, or you can continue to hold. I'm going to continue to hold. It's just more of my trading style. I'm okay with taking the loss still. Not moving to break even because we don't have enough room. Sometimes this happens, guys. Sometimes you have a winner that's a loser. I'm not saying I'm going to lose on this, but you can never be too sure. Don't get your expectations too high on any particular trade. And keep in mind that no one particular trade defines your trading. Even if this is a loser here, I promise you I'm going to have plenty more winners throughout this week. YouTube says my stream is on excellent condition. Excellent connection. We're only delayed by like 2 minutes. It's only got like a 2-minute delay, right? Excellent condition. Connection, whatever that word is. Sitting here waiting for this trade to play out. Wow. Choppy market. Look at this, dude. We don't even get to our profit target here. We don't get to it here. We don't get to it here. Kind of makes me want to just take profits here. Whatever you do, if you do decide to take profits here, just don't do it out of fear. Do it out of reasoning, logic and reasoning. So let's see. Why would we take profits here? This is at yesterday's low, so maybe it is a support area. Keep saying yesterday, Friday, whatever today is. So you could say that this maybe is at a support area. Markets are relatively choppy. You could also just move this to break even and say whatever happens, happens. Few seconds left in this bar. I honestly don't feel the worst about it. We do have the 20 EMA here, which could potentially act as resistance. We're also on gold. But look at the daily chart. It's not trying to say that this particular trade is going to be a big breakout. But you see that we're kind of up high in the range. Might be a little bit higher, but we have this big protruding bar here. This could also just be more of a range where it goes up, goes back down, does that for a while. tough decision. And frankly, the probabilities are really close to 50-50. I'm going to stay in here for now. I guess another negative, though, would just be a low and then that new low. It's a tough one, guys. It really is. This 15-minute here, too, we do have a big rejection. It's not a good signal bar on the 15, but it does show some weakness. $60 pretty overextended. But we're not really going for that big of a move relative to the 60-minute bar. A little over 2 minutes left here. Let's see what this bar does. It's always good to go back and just re-examine everything, to an extent at least. There are some factors in here that say that maybe this is a place to not be short, but there's also factors that say that this is a good place to be short. So let's wait to see what this bar does. It may also lower my risk to here, increase the chances of getting stopped out anytime you do that, but if you're wrong, you don't lose quite as much, although the difference isn't huge either. I'm going to go ahead and get out of this. This is, or I'll at least move to break even here. This is,
Stop build.
I think the more I look at this, the more I'm realizing that we're so close to the profit target on these major indexes, the ES, the NQ. I mean, not really crude. Gold. We're so close to so many of these profit targets in such a choppy market. I'm not sure if we want to risk it just yet. If we had tested this low, I think we would have been fine. Tested this low here, I think we would have been fine. But that's not what's happening. There is a relative correlation between these markets, so we want to be aware of it, although ultimately what's happening on the gold chart is what matters. We'll see what we get here. Maybe you could re-enter if it's a good signal bar. But once again, when we go back and we look at things, we have the prior day low. We have a new low here, low, new low, and that new low also didn't go very far. So what I'm thinking is starting to happen is that this is just going to be a range. Maybe we're going to have a reversal up to test this low here. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll just be bearish, but I just think that when you go back and you reevaluate it, there's a lot of factors at play here, and we're just going to have to wait and see, really. Maybe I was wrong. But I'm also not willing to risk being in a choppy market like this. Oh. Would have been nice if this came down, we could have bought this down here. Choppy market, man, I'm telling you. Looks like we should have held on to this. Although it's still got a little under 3 minutes left. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. You can re-enter here if you like, I guess. I'm going to call it good. It's fine. Let's be patient. It's not going to be my last trade this year, this week, anything like that. So, it's a really nice bull trend bar, but what's the issue with it? Same thing for the NQ2, it's the context. If you look back, it's not as strong or as meaningful. Didn't break out of a major range here. Alright, mostly just sitting up here in a choppy market. This is an interesting place that you could consider being short, but you're also going up against some gnarly looking bull bars here, so maybe you shouldn't be. Might be seeing a reversal here. If I were up here, if I were in this trade, I'd go ahead and put my stop at the previous bar. We have an inside bar. We get another inside bar. It's going to look like a final flag. If we get an outside bar, then it's probably just a pullback anyway. Breaking above the prior high here. market opened and didn't go very high. A real nice drop. Give ourselves a little bit of context here. It's like we're breaking out of a channel. Oh, gold, it tricked me. It tricked me. It's alright, it is what it is, guys. I honestly don't particularly like much of any trade that's out there today. It's none that I've seen thus far that I've been too awfully gung-ho about. Which is kind of what we anticipated today. I mean, we were at a profit target on the daily chart, so we opened at about that profit target. You can see here. So, you know, it's one of those things. It's just one of those things. Now, what will today look, or tomorrow look like? That's pretty unknown. I have to see how today finishes. Still got a lot of time to finish. But if it's an inside bar, it could be an inside bar. Could this day end up being a bull day? It's possible. Although I don't think it's extraordinarily likely. If it is, it'll be a doji bar. More than likely. More than likely. Oh, how about that? A little pullback and then another push up. Crazy what the market will do to you sometimes. We are finding some sellers at the prior day's low. Doesn't look like we're finding many though. Alright, if we get a bear signal bar here at the prior day low, is this enough to be short? It's really not. It's really, really not. drastic push down. Choppy market, guys. Choppy market. Oh, this is ridiculous. Tough day to be a trader. Should have stuck to our gold trade. It is what it is, though. There's going to be plenty of opportunities this week. But yeah, we definitely should have stuck to that. It is what it is. Other markets are extremely volatile. Just remember, guys, to trade small today. Don't be afraid to scale in. If trading stresses you out, join our free Discord. You're going to have all sorts of tips, tricks, and little trinkets in there that are going to help you along your trading journey. It's completely free. I post a lot of stuff in there. And if you really want to make money in the market and you want to do it stress-free and easily, then join our Signals Discord, link in the description. Shoot me a message on Discord or on Fiverr, either one. If you want to be a futures trader like me, then check out my Fiverr gig, also link in the description. And we can work one-on-one together to help you become a successful futures trader. I also do the same thing for stocks and ETFs, but my main thing is futures. That's what everyone wants to do nowadays. They want to do futures. I don't blame them. I don't blame them one bit. So guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out all the other cool stuff I got. And I'm going to try to be up here tomorrow, so hopefully my technology will be a little bit better tomorrow. Alright guys, best of luck trading. I will see you next time.